Question 11. Solve the equation 2 tan x plus 7 equals 0. Well, we can start off by subtracting 7 from both sides. So we have 2 tan x equals negative 7. Then divide both sides by 2. So tan x equals negative 7 over 2. Now what we want to find out are the solutions between 0 and 360 when that's the case. So using a cast diagram, tan is negative, so we know that tan is negative between 90 and 180 and between 270 and 360. So these are the two solutions we're looking for. So we're going to do the inverse tan. We're just going to ignore the negative just now. So we'll do the inverse tan of 7 over 2. That'll give us our angle, and we're going to subtract it from 180 and from 360. So when we do the inverse tan, we get 74 degrees. Our first answer of 180 take away 74 gives us 106 degrees. And our second answer is 360 minus 74, and that's 286 degrees. For part B, we've got sine cubed x plus sine x cos squared x, and we've got to prove that that's equal to sine x. So we're using trig identities, and the two trig identities you learn about are sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1, and the other is tan x equals sine x over cos x. Now, there's no mention at all here of tan anywhere, so that's an indication it's probably not going to be the second one. We've got some sine squareds and some cos squareds, so that's an indication we're going to be using this one. But we can see, first of all, we've got sine cubed, and we've got sine here, so we do have a common factor of sine. So by taking sine x out the front here, we can see we've got sine squared x plus cos squared x as we have here. That's equal to 1, so this bit here is just equal to 1. Therefore, sine x times 1 is just equal to sine x, and that's what we wanted. For question 12, we're using some distance, speed and time calculations. So distance, speed, time. So we're looking to find the time taken for the journey. So time is distance divided by speed, so we need to use that. Time is distance divided by speed. We know the distance travelled from A to B is x, and we know the speed is 75 kilometers per hour. So that's from A to B. Now the return journey from B to A is x over 50. So time from B to A is x over 50. So the average speed, we need to add together our two speeds and then divide it by 2. Dividing by 2 because we've got the two legs of the journey. So if we do x over 75 plus x over 50, well, if I multiply the numerator and denominator by 2 for the first fraction, I get that. And to get the same denominator, I'm going to times the second fraction, top and bottom, by 3. I'm going to add those two together because we've got the same denominator, 150, 2x and 3x is 5x. These can both be divided by 5, so we get x over 30. We've got to divide that by 2, remember, to get the average speed, because bear in mind, x over 30 is slower than both of those speeds. So that doesn't really make sense. So x over 30 divided by 2. So 2 is the same as saying 2 over 1. So x over 30 times, and you flip the fraction. So that gives us x over 60. And that's our average speed.